Resolve torture is justified to promote national security.
My name is Wellington Chang from Lee High School. I'll be your moderator. And this is Dilan Kashini.
Dilan Kashani.
Dilan Kashani. And she's speaking for the affirmative. And Karthik Prasad is speaking for the negative. And does anybody in the front with like a ninja watch want to be the timekeeper? Okay, you're not going to be a timekeeper. Okay, that's great. And so... the proponent, Don, is recognized for 6 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Dilan Kashani and I'm from the Piedmont chapter. I'm pro this resolution. So on September 11th, 2001, 4 passenger jets were hijacked by members of the terrorist organization Al-Qaeda. 2 of these planes crashed into the World Trade Center. 1 hit the Pentagon and the 4th crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. Some of you may remember this day. I was 7 and a half, and I just started 2nd grade, and a month before it happened, I had been in New York myself for the first time. In the car ride to school that day, we heard about the report on the news. I remember my dad was trying to explain it to me, and the whole time I was thinking, why? How can people be so mean? Why would they do that? I mean, I was 7, I didn't really get it. But it's been 10 years since then, and I still marvel at how cruel some people can be sometimes, and how they have no regard for human life. On that fateful day, in just over an hour and a half, terrorists managed to drastically change the lives of thousands of American people. There were no survivors of any of the planes. That's 246 dead right there. 125 civilians were killed at the Pentagon, 55 were military personnel. 2,606 died at the World Trade Center, people who were in the towers and people on the rescue crew. In the North Tower alone, 1,355 people who were trapped above the point of impact died from smoke inhalation, jumping or falling to their death, or in the eventual collapse of the building itself. At least 200 people jumped to their deaths as spectators and rescue workers looked on, unable to do anything. The FDNY lost 341 firefighters who died trying to fight fires and rescue people. The grand total, excluding the hijackers, is 2,977 casualties. That's a lot, especially a lot of innocent people. The death of adults in the attack and rescue resulted in over 3,000 children losing a parent. It's one thing to have, your neighbor die, or a firefighter that you knew in your neighborhood, or, a police officer, someone who worked in the World Trade Center, but to lose a parent is especially hard. And on 3,000 people lost a parent. The international impact of this was huge, too. Not only did global markets take a hit, the economy of Lower Manhattan sustained serious damage as well. That day, all aircrafts within the continental US were grounded, and international flights were banned from landing on American soil for 3 days. If you guys have ever been in an airport when there's been a delay, especially to your own flight, you know how frustrating it can be to have a 2-hour delay or something. Imagine this, but on everywhere. Just such a huge scale, such chaos, reorganizing all those flights, getting stranded people back to their homes. Crazy. I'm sure you all know about the aftermath of 9/11. The US invaded Afghanistan and then Iraq in our war on terror. These overseas wars have cost us trillions of dollars and damaged our economy. The attack itself had a tremendous effect upon the American people. They felt less safe at home, were fearful, and many are traumatized by what they witnessed that day. In 2002, Osama bin Laden claimed responsibility for these September 11th attacks, and in 2011, he was killed. The information about his whereabouts was confirmed by a courier of his when they interrogated him, probably using forceful methods. Going back a few years, in 1998, bin Laden signed a fatwa which called for the killing of American citizens, and around the same time, he and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed began planning the attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon. A question for you all. If you could go back in time and stop 9/11 from happening, and stop those thousands of people dying, and thousands of lives being affected, would you do it? You don't have to answer, actually, really, I'm glad you didn't. If you could save the lives of those innocent civilians and keep those children from losing their parents, would you do it? I know I would, but that's not possible. We can prevent future 9/11s from happening, though. With the right information, we can uncover plots to bomb the US and stop them in their tracks. If the lives of thousands of innocent people are at stake, we must do any and everything in our power to save them. I'm sure my opponent will raise the issue of human rights, but what about the rights of those innocent people who died? What about the rights of the innocent people here? What if we were bombed and had no prior knowledge of it? But what if that could have been stopped through enhanced interrogation methods, also known as torture? Torture is defined as the intentional infliction of severe suffering or pain for a specific purpose. It's not like Dr. Mengele. They're not torturing people to have fun. There's a purpose. We want information. That's why we do it. And with the information that we get from torturing prisoners, we can save lives. The question to you all is it worth it? Torture is the best way to save the most lives. And save the largest number of people and save their rights. Thank you. I yield my time to questions, even though there's like 30 seconds.
You're not.
So, when would you say would be too far? How far can we go until it is inhumane to torture?
The Justice Department of the United States, actually right after we invaded Iraq, redrafted, or they sent out a memo to the people at Abu Ghraib saying that too far is inflicting a permanent physical damage to a person or killing them. I have no time. Okay, thank you.